Hi guys, this is Henry Pim again with another review. And this time it's Dr. Doom. And this is a Faux Bronze piece by Bowen Designs. And you can see that it's a very good statue. It's a magnificent piece. I underestimated this piece because when I saw the pictures online, I thought that it wasn't very impressive and I wasn't a fan, so I actually held off a couple of times before buying it because the seller he wanted to get rid of it, you know. I bought it really on the cheap. He wanted to get rid of it because his plan was to buy it and flip it, you know, and make a profit out of it. But you know that doesn't work that, you know, way with statues, at least in most cases. I mean, statues are a very transactional kind of object, you know. I mean, collectors tend to look at statues and tend to hold off because of the budgets and stuff like that. So we'll buy statues. Oh, we'll definitely buy them, but we won't buy them directly. Well, in most cases, you know, in most cases we'll just hold off and, you know, try to get the best price or save up some money. But you won't be able to flip them, you know, the day after you bought them. It's not how it works. Or if you're lucky, maybe it does. This is number 265 out of 300, limited edition. I saw the regular painted statue, the regular painted version, and I didn't like that one. It didn't speak to me, and mainly because, you know, I didn't like the sculpt, and, you know, it didn't look good. And I saw the Faux Bronze version, and I wanted the Dr. Doom. I love Dr. Doom. He's a super villain, you know. He adds the word super to the word super villain. I mean, he's good at alchemy, good at magic, good at science. I mean, he's even held the cosmic cube, I believe, at a certain point in time. He's one of the mightiest villains of the Marvel universe, and I think maybe one of the best Marvel creations ever, Victor Von Doom. But as I was saying, I saw this piece online and it didn't do it justice, the pictures, because having it in front of me now, and this might be the euphoria, but I think that this is a very good piece and a very big piece at that. Look at my hand. I don't have very small hands, but look at the statue. Look at the base, how big that is, and it's heavy. I mean, it was heavy as hell, and wow, man. I mean, I'm baffled. I'm baffled about how amazing this piece is. I should have got this sooner, but, you know, I'm happy I did, and I'm happy that the seller didn't, you know, find another buyer, you know, in 2 months that I had to wait for me. But damn. In the back there, a very iconic cover of the Fantastic Four number 247. This land is mine. It's Dr. Doom, giant Dr. Doom standing over the Fantastic Four. As you can see here, I'm a big Fantastic Four fan, especially the John Byrne era. I have a lot of single issues, about 250 single issues from about, you know, the early 80s to I think the early 90s. No, the end of the 90s. So a couple of hundred issues. I have the thick omnibus edition, you know, John Byrne omnibus. Just because I love John Byrne. I mean, he draws a good Fantastic Four, but he draws basically a good everything. I'm a big fan of him. You know, he's one of my favorite artists of all time. He's up there with guys like, you know, Ron Lim, Alan Davis. Who am I forgetting? Well, I'm probably forgetting some, you know, but those three are, you know, a couple of my favorites. I'm not going to say Jim Lee because I like Jim Lee's art, but I don't love it. You know, I liked it. I loved it as a kid, but growing up, I've, you know, grown to love the classic artists more. You know, the Sal Buscema's, the what's his name? I'm not sure about the name anymore. I'm getting old. I'm forgetting names, but it doesn't matter. You know, the older artists are the better ones. So yeah, this is my Dr. Doom statue, and I want to turn it around to give you guys a good view. And if you look at the base, the insignia of Doom himself, you know, the crest of the family Doom, the gargoyles here, fantastic. The sculpt on, you know, the castle itself is amazing. And when they turn a regular painted piece into a full bronze piece, there the base is the first to go. I mean, they usually scale back the base and make it more basic and more bland, but in this case they kept it intact, and I love it. Wow, the cape is really heavy. I mean, usually they I'm not sure if you can see that, but usually they it's a very thin cape normally, but in this case it's a very thick cape, and you can see here I even double coated it to show the curl here in the back, or the waves in the back, and that has solidified the cape and made it really strong. The sculpt itself on the statue is amazing. I love the hinges on the shin. I love the holster here. I love the waist belt, the gloves. Let's just have a look at the head. Wow, would you look at that? He's looking down on us. He's looking down on us. I mean, his whole pose is, he's looking down on us because we are not worthy. And looking at the statue, we are not worthy, Dr. Doom. You can take our land. When we look at the comic book picture, I'm sorry about the reflection, but this is my camera's LED light. I think that this is a very good depiction of Doom. I'm very satisfied about this. I mean, I love faux bronze pieces, so you can't go wrong there. But this is the way we look at Doom: menacing, imposing character, arrogant, and they did it really, really well. I'm wondering who sculpted this. I'm looking at the box. Of course, Randy Bowen. No surprise there. Yeah, Randy Bowen himself did this. You can see why. He's a craftsman. He's an artsman. I mean, come on, Randy, you did a top-notch job. I love your work. I'm a big fan, and this is one of the greats. Paint-wise, clean paint job, lovely paint job. I mean, not only on the statue, but also on the base. So I'm rating this an 8, a solid 8 for the paint job. Although it's it's a faux bronze color, but you can still see the original paint scheme in there. If we're looking at the sculpt, definite 8.5. I mean, this is one of my favorite. This is one of my new favorite pieces. So people, this is Dr. Doom Faux Bronze Edition, and I hope you enjoyed the review and found it helpful. If you can pick up this piece set on the cheap, do it. I mean, it's really worth it, and it's a real addition to your collection. I have the Fantastic Four, I have Annihilus, I have Terex, I have Galactus. So you can imagine what I'm going to do with my new setup. I'm going to do a whole Fantastic Four setup, and he's the main villain going to be my main villain in the setup. So guys, thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye bye.